Kevin Connors, thank you so much. An American Conference opener here at Thursday Night College Football ESPN as we welcome you to the Rocket Money Kickoff. A couple of openers for two first-year head coaches. Scott Abel brings his triple option attack to a state he's very familiar in, North Carolina. Tim Albin, first year, got his first win a week ago on his birthday. Bottom line, non-conference play is over. We're kicking things off, and I'm just going to tell you something. Charlotte, one of the great sports cities in America, they were out here earlier today. They were grilling. They've been hanging out with us at Sports Center. Rice comes to town with that triple option attack. We'll get into that more. And you just heard the fellas in studio talking about Connor Harrell and how big he will be, along with E.J. Mason, the star quarterback. And with that, welcome into the booth and welcome to the official kickoff of Week 4 of the college football season, as we do each and every week here on Industry Night. Tom Lugan, Bill Matt Berry with you. Plain and simple. You know those non-conference games? Those are irrelevant now. We start American Conference play here tonight.
Well, as you mentioned, two brand new coaching staffs, also brand new rosters, just like everybody else in college football. They've had a couple of tune-ups. Now let's get off on the right foot for conference play.
Right foot for Charlotte, who ended last week's game against Monmouth on the right foot. 5 consecutive scoring touchdowns. They're going to need the quarterback. Connor Harrell set all kinds of records last week to do the same, except for the start of this game.
Yeah, he hit on a remarkable 87% of his passes, and most importantly, this team finally finished a game. That's what they've had struggles doing in the first 2 weeks. Last week had a comfort behind victory in the back half of the second half, and Connor Harrell was airing it out. He was dealing. They're going to need that same type of leadership and that precision from him offensively. Take a look at the numbers last week. 5 touchdowns accounted for.
When he's on, he's a special player. Tonight's spotlight on Connor Harrell brought to you by Rocket Money. On the other side of it, Scott Abel, head coach Rice, spent time at Davidson for 7 years. If you don't know much about his offense, you're going to be intrigued tonight because Rice runs a unique style of play, and it's working.
Scott Abel is going to be a hot commodity here in just a couple of years here. Listen, this is triple option football, but with a lot of different wrinkles. They're in the shotgun. It's give, it's keep, it's pitch with a lot of eye candy and a lot of things going on in the background that'll make your head spin on defense, especially with it being a short week for Charlotte on that side of the ball.
You know, we talked to him prior to the game, and this week I said, how would you best describe your offense? He goes, Matt, we modernized option football, and these 3 guys are the reason why, and they're very potent when they have this thing running on all cylinders.
Yeah, Chase Jenkins, and he's even getting better in the passing game when they take some shots off of that option work. Quentin Jackson is their scat back. He's the inside guy. They use him as a utility player, and then Dalen Alexander brings the thunder, some power as a hard-nosed runner in the backfield. But at some point tonight, you're going to see the option, you're going to see the triple, and then you're going to see the reverses, and you're going to see the shots downfield. Could be explosive.
You know, both new head coaches are trying to get their program installed in their foundation. Tim Albin this week, Harry Lyles, he did something unique to get his team ready.
Matt, the point of emphasis for the Charlotte team is different every week. Last week it was grit. It's grit again this week, except there is a twist. Tim Albin had his team carry their helmets with them everywhere they went starting yesterday to the team hotel. He said, I want you to be reminded every single second that this is going to be a physical football game. The most physical team is going to win. I spoke with J.Q. Conley, he drove with his helmet on yesterday, pumped his gas with it on, and got a bunch of weird looks, but he's embraced the message that Albin's trying to send and that they are striving to be the most physical team tonight, guys.
Yeah, you know, it's going to be a hard hat game, Harry, because this team, Rice, they are physical. Their style of play, both offensively, defensively, is going to command your attention. As kickoff is next from Charlotte. This has been the Rocket Money Kickoff. Prime Time, presented by Liberty Mutual here in Charlotte. As you were watching the American Conference on ESPN, Rice has won the toss. They will defer in a conference opener for both of these teams, trying to get off on the right foot as Scott Abel returns to North Carolina. His team on the season 2-1, 1-2 for Charlotte. As we do each and every week, Derek Ely back to receive the kick. Sit back, relax. Week 4 of college football is here. Touchback, 25-yard line. And that's where we bring out Connor Harrell, the starting quarterback for Charlotte, the transfer from North Carolina. And again, 5 straight TD drives in the second half a week ago. Lugs, they're hoping that continues here early on tonight.
Well, they certainly are. He showed a lot of bright spots, but it's been the inconsistencies when it comes to negative plays, getting behind the chains on third down, penalties and turnovers that have halted this offense. If they can avoid that, they are talented enough, not only at quarterback, but around the quarterback, to be a productive offense.
Rod Gainey Jr. in the backfield. He had a career high last week. They want to ride him as much as they can as Harrell play fake out to the right. High percentage on first down. And that's E.J. Mason, 228 yards a week ago. Third most in program history. The transfer from Samford. Had a chance to speak with him earlier this week. Said, you know what, I knew early on it was going to be a big game. We'll see what he can do to capitalize on that tonight.
Well, and Matt, they're going to line up all over the place. In the slot, you see him right now. He'll be on the outside. They'll motion, and they're going to find ways to isolate him and get him the ball.
So 2nd and 6 after a gain of 4. Another quick drop by Harrell. Another quick pass. That caught to Miles Burris. Again, there's a few receivers. Javen Nicholas, E.J. Mason, Miles Burris. Now 3rd and 1.
This is exactly where you want to be, and this is where this offense has struggled, and that is being successful consistently on 1st and 2nd down. Really nice confidence, early throws for Connor Harrell, putting him in 3rd and short.
High snap, corralled. Rice defense there, but it looks as if the spot, it's going to be close. That was Dylan Botts. And they're moving to chains, and already a good start for Charlotte. 1st down in their first possession. I mean, Luke, this is a team last week in Charlotte. First 6 possessions, punt, fumble, punt,
right.
TD, interception.
Yeah, it's hard enough to beat somebody else when you can't get out of your own way.
So Tripp's now bottom of the screen. Gainey spins. That's a good job getting something out of nothing by Rod Gainey Jr., former 3-star prospect, the redshirt freshman out of Tampa, as we take a look at our impact players built by the Home Depot.
As you take a look right here offensively for Charlotte, E.J. Mason, who we just mentioned, Javen Nicholas, between the two of them have 33 catches on the season, and then Jack Conné at the safety position and Ty Morris, leading tackler number 3 for Rice. They're the headhunters on defense. They feel like they've got a really good defensive football team.
Designed run for Harrell and brought down after a short gain. That was Ty Morris, one of the leaders on the defensive side of the ball. Blake Banish provided the pressure.
How about Blake Banish at 341 pounds, penetrating, really unblocked at the point of attack, and crafty little movement from Connor Harrell to get out of the way and get some positive yardage.
So now 3rd and 3. Another high snap, got there late. Harrell rolls out, keeps his eyes downfield, forces it down, and it's incomplete. However, flag on the play.
It's going to be a hold, I think, on Kari Crump.
Holding, defense, number 12. 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Lugs all over it. Kyrie Crump moves the chains for the Niners. Reed Jackson, our referee tonight.
You see 12 right there, Kari Crump, and the hold didn't actually happen there on E.J. Mason. It happened when E.J. Mason was running his route to the inside of the field and then tried to pivot back to the outside, and that's when the tug of the jersey occurred.
He read the game notes. You know, Mason had 228 last week.
He's dialed in.
Harrell to the right. That's a good look at his arm strength. Another flag on the play. That's Crump against Miles Burris. And so 2 plays in a row, it appears Crump's going to got for PI.
Pass interference, defense, number 12, spot foul, automatic first down.
You know, it is worth pointing out, too, I had mentioned the snaps. Dallas Shirley, normally the right guard, moves over for the injured Johnny King. So starting to get those reps here at center as you take a look now at the PI.
Yeah, and you just see the right arm in particular, and really the left from the back angle. He's bear hugging him, coming back down the stem, trying to get back to that football. And you impede the target's ability to attack the football without going for the football yourself.
So
good
Devin
call.
Davis moves up to right guard with Shirley moving to center. Play fake, taking a shot, has a receiver. Does he hit him? Incomplete. That was E.J. Mason, got behind the Owl defenders. Flag not thrown, but Luke, I don't know if anybody would have been surprised if they threw it 3 times in a row.
Well, Jack Conné, who we talked about as one of our impact players on defense for this Rice football team, from his safety position, on his horse, getting off the hash. And you almost had a sense there. Mason could have seen him coming towards him and gone up and elevated to take that ball out of the sky.
Harrell put it right on Mason's numbers, but a good job by Conné knocking it loose. He went over to the sidelines, looked like he banged up his arm. We'll keep an eye on that as Gainey caught in the backfield by Banish and Alway. And a loss of 1.
Tim Albin, the head coach at Charlotte, he told us, hey, listen, one thing we're concerned about is how big and strong and heavy-handed this Rice defensive front is. And so far, as Charlotte has attempted to run the ball, Rice has owned the point of attack.
You saw Banish there. He moved off the field as well. So now 3rd and long. C.J. Stokes, first time he's been in. Harrell over the middle, wide open. What a throw. Great grab. Sean Brown. He's been banged up. He's a fan favorite. The receiver is back healthy, and it gave it 17. Another first down for the Niners.
Sean Brown using that big, strong 6'4" frame on the deep in cut right here. Goes up, secures it, gets down to the ground. Fresh set of downs for Charlotte.
How about this for an opening drive? Stokes remains in the backfield. Tempo from Charlotte. Fake. Quick shot outside. And I tell you what, early on, this offense is moving with some rhythm. Javen Nicholas brought down by Marcus Williams. And Todd Fitz clearly has a game plan early on as another flag is down.
Holding, offense, number 8, 10-yard penalty, replay first down.
All right, so that's Brown, who just caught the 17-yarder trying to help his receiver buddy out.
And it's so hard, Matt, to stock block for that long. You see right there, watch how long you've got to be able to maintain control of the defender, but keep your hands inside. He tugs at the jersey right there on number 6, Joe Chavez. That's a good call by the officials.
So now 1st and 20. Stokes, what a cut. Stokes had an early fumble last week. That's when they brought in Gainey. You know, he's interested and anxious to get back out there tonight and a gain of 7. And we've seen the penalties already early on for Charlotte. 23 penalties for 200 yards on the season. They're just trying to clean that up.
Yeah, self-inflicted wounds has plagued this Charlotte team through the first 3 weeks of the season.
Harrell looking left all the way to the end zone. Oh, dropped it. That was Javen Nicholas, put it on his numbers, and he couldn't hang on.
And the usually sure-handed Nicholas, who had a monster game on offense against North Carolina 2 weeks ago, this is a routine play for him. For him to lose focus on this ball is uncharacteristic, but what a lost opportunity and a terrific throw from Connor Harrell.
Now 3rd and 13. Set up the screen. Got space. And already C.J. Stokes Gain of 11. Banish back in, brings him down. And Tim Albin's going to send out the field goal unit with it being 4th and 1.
I like this move by Tim Albin, Matt. You've got to get points right here because you've taken so much time off of the clock, and you cannot risk not coming away with points this early in the game.
Especially with the ball control that Rice possesses. Liam Boyd now on for the field goal attempts, 2 of 3 on the season. A 29-yarder. All right, so mission accomplished for Charlotte. Go down the field, get some points. So a 12-play, 63-yard drive and a 3-point lead for Charlotte. Rice's ball next. You're watching ESPN College Football Primetime, presented by Liberty Mutuals. Tim Albin and his Charlotte 49ers down the field. 3-0, first-year coach, 20 years at Ohio. 3 straight 10-win seasons as the Bobcats head coach comes here. Says, you know what, right place, right time, right school to build something special. And he opted for the points early on as Liam Boyd's set to kick off to one of the more dangerous returners in the country, Quentin Jackson. 3rd nationally in yards. And that'll go into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Rice offense, and Scott Abel running it through the quarterback, Chase Jenkins.
Well, Chase Jenkins is the general of this offense. Everything goes with his decision making. So what we'll see is we're going to see a lot of options. They call it the gun choice. They're going to be in the shotgun, and it's not just options, it's the choices you make to the correct option, as Scott Abel has emphasized with us this week. And they felt like in a quarterback competition, he gave them the best chance to win because of those quick decisions.
In his 7 years at Davidson, averaged 334 yards rushing a game. This year, 243. How do they get it going? First down, right up the middle. And that's a good example of what they're going to try to do. 5-6 yards at a time, and that was Jackson.
Yeah, they are what's called an inside zone A-gap run team, meaning they want that ball to go to either side of the center, depending on the play call, and then everything else will come off of that in their option game.
If you like eye candy, this is your kind of offense.
Oh, yeah. You're going to see moving parts all over.
They're talking about defensive keys tonight. Don't get seduced by the candy. Is now 2nd and 4. And there you go to the outside. That's Jackson again. He's quick. And a first down for Rice. Reed Williford knocks him out after a gain of 11. Nate Bledsoe, the center, kind of sprung him loose. Do you see? He's not big. He's quick. 5'7", 160 is Quentin Jackson.
Yeah, he's lightning in a bottle. Now, he may not be very big, but he will run it up in there on that inside zone, and he'll lower his shoulder. And that time, as you mentioned, with the center right there, Nate Bledsoe on the pole after snap and leading the way.
Career high 119 yards earlier in this season against Louisiana. Motion man, Jenkins keeps it, pitches it. That's Aaron Turner, and that's a good job by the 49ers to string that outside. Luke's a good example of reading your keys, quarterback pitchman execution. C.J. Clinkscales Jr. on the tackle.
Yeah, doing a really good job of leveraging the football, not letting this thing get north and south on them. And this is a defensive football team that knows that everything they do has to do with technique and eye discipline. If you get caught with eye violations or taking the wrong false step, they're going to out-leverage you on offense at Rice.
Jackson again gets to the outside. You see his quicks. Anytime Jackson can get to the outside, you can see the speed. And that was a gain of 27.
This is the exact same play that they ran 2 plays ago with Bledsoe, the center, 56 pulling. And they found something they like on the outside perimeter game to the short side of the field.
There's a Charlotte player over on the sideline. That's Jaquarius Conley. He was on the tackle. But he gets up, good sign, jogs back over to the Charlotte sideline. I'm telling you, I mean, again, you're looking at every key that you have to with the quarterback and the running back, and then you see little Quentin Jackson coming around the corner. You better get there quick.
Yeah, he can go. Q-Jack is what they call him. And the one thing about this offense is they attack every nook and cranny of the field.
That a give to Dalen Alexander, the other of the talented running backs. And again, already you're seeing the average yards per rush. Randy Franklin, the safety, and a gain of 6. Up over 10 yards per rush early on. Quick shot to the outside. Ransom goals. Met immediately. And Luke's they'll seduce you with the running game, and that's really the primary goal of this offense. But Chase Jacobs, they'll spring one on you.
They get you so focused on what's going on between the tackles and so concerned about the variety of options through the triple option approach that if you get caught peeking in the backfield, they're going to take a shot, and it's going to come at some point tonight. You're going to see the reverse game, and at some point you're going to see a shot downfield.
Averaging a first down per rush in their opening drive. The handoff, Alexander. And that's Franklin again. Every time we're calling a safety's name, that means the running game's getting to the second level every rush. Alexander again. And another first down for the Owls. Caden Schmitz on the tackle. You know, Scott Abel, we were excited for him and Rice to get on this national broadcast because coaching at Davidson and the way that he runs his offensive scheme, it really was fun for everyone to kind of learn what it is with all of his mentors. He talked about Tom Osborne, Rich Rod, some of these guys, that what he did to modernize that offense to bring it to Rice. He believes in this day and age in football can work. Well, and he played quarterback, and he was originally an under-center, triple-option, flex-bone guy, and he's incorporated a lot of spread elements. Conley, who we saw jog off the field a moment ago, is back in. I told you, he'll throw one when you got looking. Touchdown, Rice. And that's Drayden Dickman. And that is Rice in a nutshell. Run the ball until we pop one over your defense. And they take the lead here on the road. Dickman does a nice job of getting a clean release and then working through some contact. And, man, Chase Jenkins just drops it in the bucket. What a methodical drive from the Rice Owls. 9 plays, 75 yards, 4 minutes and 26 seconds. And that was really with no tempo, Matt. Enoch Goda on for the extra point. They run the true triple, they run the mid zone, they run the RPO, and they'll run a good old-fashioned throw. Rice answers 7-3 first quarter.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need, and in part by McDonald's.
You know, they're building this expansion of Jerry Richardson Stadium and a growth here at Charlotte. Research One facility now, that granted earlier. So they're really seeing the opportunity here to grow this university in a great area. A lot of high school talent around here.
Great high school talent.
And legitimately, their motto is brick by brick, and that's literal and figuratively with what they're trying to do.
Well, and understand the good high school football around here, for those who may choose to go somewhere else, or maybe they want to go to a Power 4 school, and that transfer portal starts knocking, there's a place for them to come home to. So you always have that attractiveness here.
And how about this first stat? Both Charlotte and Rice, first opening drive that ended in points this season. And so second possession for Connor Harrell and the Niners. And early on, there's been some offensive execution. Rice first drive, 7 plays, 63 yards. You see the 9-point average. And then look, Charlotte on their own dropped the touchdown pass to Javen Nicholas. They moved the ball right down the field as well.
Yeah, really good opening drive for both football teams. Getting the feel for each other, kind of trading punches. Two different styles offensively, but moving the football nonetheless.
Gainey in the backfield, tries to stretch it left. Let's check in with Harry.
Kanai go to the tent at the end or during that first Charlotte drive. He went back into the locker room. It looked like he was favoring, don't want to speculate, either a right hand or a right arm. We'll keep you guys updated there. He's one of the leaders of this defense. Could loom large here.
Harry, great stuff. Thank you. Banish, who was injured, he came back in the game. So 2nd and 9. Harrell, quick shot outside. Miles Burris on the receiving end. And they're doing a good job early. We talk about this each and every week, Lugs. High percentage passes, get the quarterback early, involved, and confident. They've done that at least the first 2 drives.
Yeah, and right now, Connor Harrell's showing that he's just taking what the defense gives him. If you're going to get cushion like that on the outside, let's just play pitch and catch, and you're right. Confidence builders on early throws.
I'm so proud of you. You didn't say can't go broke, taking a profit. I don't know why that's the cliche of choice all of a sudden.
It is. You're right.
We'll come up with a new one. 3rd and 3. Play clock at 3. Get the snap off. Harrell moved his guys around, incomplete. Good job by Rice's defense. Mason, the intended receiver, and it was Crump who had a couple of PIs called on him on the first possession. Forces the ball incomplete, a quick 3 and out.
Well, Matt, that felt kind of rushed. If you could see with Charlotte offensively, they were having a hard time getting lined up. They were a little confused about who's going where. Then it came time to get the ball off because of the play clock running down on them. Those are the type of self-inflicted issues that they've had that have stalled drives.
So Bronson Long on to punt. Tyson Thompson, 4th in the American last year in punt returns. He's going to let that one bounce and give Charlotte a couple of extra yards on the punt. So Rice moved right down the field, first possession. They get the ball again next.
Back in Charlotte, Rice up 7-3 as we take a look at the second series about to start. And this is what Rice wants to do with you. You're going to look at him. He's going to read that outside defender. He's going to crash down. Now we're going to pull the ball, keep it, potential pitch. No quarterback goes ahead and keeps it. Now he's going to key this outside defender. He comes up the field, keeps his shoulder square. We're going to hand it off inside in that A gap between the center of the guard. And now some wrinkles come off of it. Here's the reverse. Look at the eye violations. In the false steps, you out-leverage the defense, and Rice is off to the races. And then as we saw a little bit earlier on that first drive, you get the backfield action. You start peeking in the backfield as a defender, and they're going to go right by you with a shot. So they want to put you in a conflict of assignment on defense.
And a conflict of assignment here in the first drive. See if Charlotte makes some adjustment. All of that said, in their average yards per play, they have just 2 plays this year of 25-plus yards.
Yeah.
It's not going to spring you with a big play, but it's going to spring you 6, 8, 10.
Well, and what happens is it's demoralizing. It just starts wearing you down, and the more you get tired, the more mistakes you're going to make. You see Scott Abel right there. Take a look at his history at the small college level. Davidson was a non-scholarship FCS team. Washington and Lee, both programs, down in the dumps when he took them over and built them into a winner.
Jenkins thought about the pitch, kind of did a pirouette, had nowhere to go. Good job by the Niners corralling him. Gavin Willis brings him down. So an opportunity here and a loss of 2. It's going to bring up 3rd and long and a chance for the Niners to get off the field. First 3rd down on the night for Rice. Pitch out. Niners stretch it. And how about that? 3 and out for the Charlotte offense. 3 and out for the Rice offense. We got a punt as Clink Scales Jr. brings down Landon Ransom goals.
Well, this is not the offense that you want to be in 3rd and 7+. And just a fantastic job. Look at the square shoulders and shifting and moving the ball, spilling it to the outside with all of those gold jerseys flying to the football. Really well done job and disciplined football defensively from Charlotte.
Alex Paquetta, the punter. Javen Nicholas deep to receive. It's a fair catch at the 40-yard line. And $1 for Nicholas for flopping. Javen, you will see that on College Football Final this week. That's a flop.
That's a flop.
Punt to 36. And I'll tell you what, with SEC football starting, a great rivalry Saturday night. We talked about this on SportsCenter today. I firmly believe at the end of 3:30 p.m. Eastern, people are going to notice that Hugh Freeze has a really, really good quarterback at Auburn this year in Jackson Arnold and his return to Norman.
Yeah, his return to Norman. If he can manage his emotions and focus on what matters and not the environment, expect Jackson Arnold to have a big day.
So a great stop by the Niners defense. They needed it against this offense. That's Stokes in the backfield. That's Harrell rolling to his left. And he skips one incomplete, flag down. It was intended for Nicholas.
Personal foul, illegal hands to the face. Defense, number 7, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
All right, so we've seen Rice be generous with some penalties and some long yardage penalties. We'll see if Charlotte can take advantage.
Yeah, that was Porter on the outside at the top of the stem of the route that was being run. He got jammed up a little bit, and he just went high with his hands. Plus territory now with the yardage from the penalty. Charlotte will take it all day long.
Harrell designed run. Tries to get outside. A good job by Rice recognizing it. He faked it to Stokes. Marcus Williams in all way there. Minimal gain. We are already about 30 seconds left in the first quarter. Harrell quick outside, and another good job. Look, they're trying to do anything they can to get E.J. Mason the ball. And it is Porter and Chavez in a loss of 1, and that'll likely do it for the first quarter.
Javen Nicholas, number 5, and 17, Gus McGee, the tight end, have got to do a better job out there on the perimeter, blocking one-on-one. Just got beat to the punch for the loss.
Let's see if Charlotte gets this playoff down to 3.
Prior to the snap, that's the end of the first quarter.
Well, they had every intention of snapping the ball, just didn't do it in time. End of the first quarter. Little bit of everything here from Charlotte in this American opener for both of these schools. We had some defense early on to get Rice off the field, but it was the Owls who scored to take a 7-3 lead, end of 1 here in Charlotte.
The 49ers 7-3. Coach, how would you evaluate your team's performance in that first quarter, and what do you need to see from them here in the second?
Well, I love our effort. I love our energy. We got to clean it up on defense, right? Those penalties kept that drive alive for that field goal. Offensively, that first drive was really how you draw it up. Really proud of that. Second drive, right, we missed on a few things. And so, we look forward to that second quarter to get better. And that's what we talk about each week. And so, here we are, second quarter. Now let's see if we can improve on that.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
All right, 3rd and 10. Harry, coach, thank you. Harrell nearly trouble there. That was Crump, who's had a good night early on. You know, he had talked about the penalties. They've given Charlotte 37 yards of penalties, and so far the Niners not able to take advantage of it.
Well, Crump has been all over these Charlotte targets, and got 2 back-to-back penalties on a defensive hold and the pass interference, but coverage is not the problem. Nice job keeping his hands off the intended target that time.
And that's one-on-one coverage, so he's winning the assignment.
Absolutely.
Tyson Thompson deep to receive the long punt. Long there, fair catch at the 8-yard line. Punt of 31. Kickoff week 3, NFL Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern. No, sir. You.
Oh, boy.
Now we're giving dollars. We're doing Sunday NFL Countdown, week 3, Monday Night Football. Lamar Jackson of the Ravens, Jared Goff and the Lions, Peyton and Eli, ESPN2, SVP and the boys, Monday Night Countdown, 6 Eastern. All right.
We met those guys, man.
We
those
did.
Are good guys.
What? Dollar for what?
Yeah, what has Matt done? Oh, there we go, the exchange. I love it.
There you go. I've paid off my a Lannister always pays its debts. First down run. That was Alexander. And a gain of 2.
I tell you, I like how this Charlotte defense runs to the football. Now, they're doing a nice job with their eye discipline. They're staying at home, reading their keys. But when they see the direction of that ball, especially if it spits out wide, those guys are turning and running.
Again, Alexander. Same play, other side. Jalar Holly after 4. So it's slowed down a bit after the first couple of drives. Both teams kind of went up and down the field, and now a 3rd and 4 and a chance for Charlotte to get off the field again. Jenkins, right, pitch. Big first drive for Quentin Jackson. First time we've seen him sprung again, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Cary Grant.
Well, that's what they refer to right there, Matt, is just the speed option.
Yeah.
We're going to run. We're going to attack the end man on the line of scrimmage at the quarterback position and pitch out. And they call him short.
Yeah, they actually marked him short. I did not think he was short of that first down from our vantage point. Far side of the field here from the booth, but they knocked him a yard short. And that's going to be a punt, at least for now, as we take another look at this. I wouldn't be surprised if it got looked at again.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Scott Abel's talking to the official over there.
Full timeout on the field.
So they're going to use the timeout in hopes of the replay booth taking a look at it. So while they take the timeout, we'll do the same. For now, 4th and 1, Rice punting. All right, we are back. Rules analyst Jerry McGinn with us. And Jerry, they got this call right on the field. The right toe is a great call by the official. Steps out prior to the line to gain.
And he picks up the toe of the foot on the white.
You see it right.
It's a great call. He's short of the line to gain. Unfortunately, it would have been nice to have seen the face
And
mask
we do
call.
notice.
Yeah. Not reviewable. Obviously, that's not retroactive.
No,
Face
it's
mask
not.
was missed. So Javen Nicholas, a good punt, 55 yards. So another back-to-back stop without that right toe. Rice and Jackson are moving the chains. Game of inches there. And let's see if the Niners can take advantage. Scott Abel was hot, probably because of the missed face mask. But as you said, yes, it was missed. No, it's not reviewable. And so play goes on. Niners ball, third possession of the night.
And Charlotte's got to take advantage of these defensive stops that they've gotten versus Rice and start putting together a timely drive here.
Full motion on the end of the Niners. They'll get some option in their looks, too. Let's check in with Harry.
Guys, we saw Jack Kanai come out of the locker room, not in his pads, and that arm is in a sling. He's going to be out for the rest of this game.
All right, Harry, thank you. Certainly a loss for that Owls defense. Cameron Smith, first carry of the night. Harrell, play fake. Boot, incomplete. Intended for Mason, trying to get the star receiver going, and Marcus Williams there on the coverage.
Tell you what, there's not a lot of space to put that football right now for Connor Harrell. This Rice defensive secondary, despite the loss of Jack Conné that we just heard from Harry, they are all over it. They're keeping the ball in front of them. They're breaking, planting, and driving on the football. A lot of PBUs we've seen here so far in the first half.
So no first downs for Charlotte since that second possession when they were moving the ball as Stokes back in the backfield, 3rd and 9. Harrell over the middle, found the soft spot, completion. Gus McGee rumbles past midfield. They're going to spot him short of midfield, but it's going to be a gain of 20, and it's going to be a first down Charlotte.
Gus McGee, nice job just settling into the open void. He comes up and really just runs a zone option route where he sits and finds the void in coverage. And then does a nice job of tucking the football, lowering his shoulder, and getting some extra yards.
And we've seen Charlotte have success over the middle of the field, not too much to the sidelines, and a good enough for a first down. Gonna throw again. There you go, breaking it to the outside. That's a great grab by Mason. Finally had success on Crump and an out route, and a gain of 11.
And a really well-thrown football this time from Connor Harrell. He put that ball the only place that his target could get it, and away and low from the defender. 2 big plays in the passing game back-to-back.
So the tempo now coming from the Niners. Gainey up the middle. It's the old pass to set up the run instead of run to set up the pass.
Right. Well, you've seen it. They've tried, you mentioned the success over the middle of the field, but it hasn't been for a lack of effort trying to get the ball to the perimeter, maybe thin that box out a little bit so that the numbers are advantageous to run the football for Charlotte.
There's a Qantas Clemens. Stokes looked like he had a crease, and the ball is on the turf. And Marcus Williams knocked it loose, and I think Charlotte got down there right at the bottom of the pile and recovered it. And those are the self-inflicted wounds we talk about with this team. Drive going, turnover, Stokes fumble issues a week ago.
And very fortunate right here with Stokes as he fumbles this football that Javen Nicholas, number 5, sees it, runs, gets down immediately in a fetal position to recover that fumble. Johnny on the spot. maintaining possession of the ball.
Again, Stokes, an early fumble a week ago. Gainey came in for the rest of the game, and now designed run for Harrell to see what he can get back. Harrell springs loose. Harrell's got the first down on 3rd and 18. That is a one-man effort, and it was Connor Harrell.
Officials timeout on the field for injury.
And you see Charlotte players waving over there quickly.
Media timeout on the field.
You see it is Harrell down, grabbing his left knee. That was the longest run of the season for Charlotte, but their star quarterback is injured on the right sideline. The backup, you see him warming up. That is Grayson Loftus, the Duke transfer. So on 3rd and 18, Harrell gets 19. However, he is down. We'll return in a moment. All right, so Connor Harrell was able to walk off. He wasn't putting much pressure on the left knee. You see him on that 19-yard run, grab it immediately as he goes down to the field. Trainers ran over there. They brought him back again. He was able to go off, and now the backup quarterback, Grayson Loftus, comes in. You see Harrell dap him up.
Yep.
That is a Duke guy and a UNC guy.
Yeah.
Teammates now. Quarterback to quarterback, as it is Loftus, who played at Duke, who is now in for Charlotte. Harrell has gone into the tent. We'll send Harry over there to see what kind of information we can get you. And that's Gainey right up the middle, tackled by Alway.
Well, one of the things you like if you're Charlotte and this situation happens with Grayson Loftus, as you mentioned, the Duke transfer, he won 5 games in 2023 for Duke, filling in for Riley Leonard. Right down Interstate 85 as you cross into South Carolina from Gaffney, South Carolina. So they've got some game experience and some trust in Loftus.
Yeah, he's played a lot of football.
Yep.
You're in a good spot if this is your backup quarterback.
No doubt.
A 3rd and 18 conversion by Harrell as Loftus pump fake. Goes deep to Mason. Flag on the play. Mason looked like he had a step on Crump. There's a good example of Loftus putting it on him.
Pass interference. Defense, number 12. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
I'm going to tell you what, I know Crump keeps getting his PIs.
He's all over these guys.
he's with them.
He's just getting handsy late. He's in phase. He's right where you want to be in the hip pocket. But late, he grabs with the left arm and the right arm with the bear hug. But I also love the confidence from this offensive coaching staff for Charlotte. We're going to just drop back. We're going to pump. We're going to throw a little hitch and go and let Loftus let it loose.
That was the kind of hug you give someone at the airport when you see him. Loftus, design. He's a big kid now, 6'3", 215. Banish brings him down. Already 50 yards of penalties for the Rice defense. Usually a disciplined team. And already here in the first half, we've seen some of the self-inflicted wounds from Crump. As there's Harrell on the sideline getting looked at. Right now it is Grayson Loftus's game. 2nd and 8. Loftus left, throws it left. He's making quick reads. That's Gainey Jr. out of the backfield. Ty Morris got just one. So 3rd and 7. But you can tell Todd Fitch and this offensive staff, they have all the confidence in the world. I haven't seen anything not get called in these first handful of plays.
Nothing's changing with the offense here. And they've got a couple of big targets that they could take a chance from a one-on-one red zone jump ball situation as well.
That's Nicholas in motion. Loftus, time, end zone, incomplete, no flag. That was Tyre Brooks coming across the middle. Marcus Williams there on the coverage. Michael Daly pressure, kind of forced Loftus to throw it. It's going to be another field goal attempt for the Niners.
Well, Loftus fortunate to get that ball off unobstructed as he held onto it just a little bit, waiting for that deep crosser. And Marcus Williams, I know a lot of people in the stands, Boo Birds came out a little bit, but that was just tripped up, incidental contact. See the feet getting caught up right there on the back end of the end zone.
Yeah, it's just getting... So already good from 29 yards was Liam Boyd. This one from 25. Kind of a bend but don't break situation for the Owls defense. Second drive tonight. Charlotte's been able to get down there, but they haven't been able to punch it in. Field goal good. Got a 7-6er midway through the second quarter. All right, you're taking a look. Connor Harrell, quarterback 49ers. We saw him injured on the last possession. Let's check in with Harry. Harry, what do you have?
Yeah, guys, well, when the injury initially happened, they were testing the bend of that left knee. They took him over here to the tent. He was trying to walk on it, hasn't been able to put a lot of pressure on it. They just put some ice on it, wrapped it up. He was telling his teammates, hey, guys, do what you got to do to win this one. So we do not have official word on the injury or whether or not he is out, but he is having that left knee obviously tended to.
Okay, Harry, thank you. We'll see how they move with him now for the rest of the game. But Grayson Loftus came in, led him to a field goal. Again, not able to punch it in for a touchdown, but a one-score game. Here's Quentin Jackson. He's going to go to the end zone for a touchback.
All right, let's take a look at then and now. Go deep. Boy, have I aged. Anyhow, Scott Abel, the head coach at Rice, rebuilt Washington and Lee. You look at the 10 seasons prior to his arrival, just not winning consistently. And then, wow, Scott Abel just turning it around and turning it around quickly. Then moves on to Davidson, which was FCS non-scholarship. Look at the results as a program builder, and that's exactly why they were hired at Rice. This type of offense, this type of scheme and identity matches perfectly in alignment with what Rice University needs to be in football.
He is a program builder. And oh, by the way, the places where you saw him go and build, not the easiest places to go build sustain.
He knows that they got to have something a little unique, that they've got to, you know, with their player pool and their academic standards and the type of player that they're going to be attracting and going out and getting, this is who they need to be. It's not too dissimilar to the Service Academy approach.
With the modernization of what that offense is doing. So a gain of 2 on that first down, 2nd and 8. They give up the middle and kind of just chew in a little yardage at a time as Jackson, gain of 3. You know, he brought up these guys when we talked to him. Some of his influences, and here's the one thing you're going to see in common. Tom Osborne, Paul Johnson, Rich Rod, kind of a blend of all the offenses, and then being from Virginia, coaching high school ball in Virginia. Frank Beamer, really one of his idols and coaching mentors.
Yeah, and listen, all of those guys have implemented some form of option principle, and then he's kind of built upon that with a little bit more nuance to it pre-snap with all of the formations and the motions and the shifts.
3rd and 5, Jenkins pitches out. And a great job again. Charlotte, since the opening possession, has made the adjustment needed to slow this down. And that's the 3rd straight 3 and out. Is Caleb Curtin there for the tackle on Landon Ransom goals.
Watch Caleb Curtin run to the football and maintain outside leverage, not allowing 22 offensively right there for Rice to reach him and tuck him inside. So he stays outside and runs the ball to the sideline. And again, a lot of gold jerseys around the football.
So another punt. Walk through yesterday for Charlotte. And when they were having the scout team, they had a receiver play quarterback, Jenkins, this week. And when they were going through the scout team and they were doing it, you could hear through the walkthrough the defensive coaches yelling, pitch man, pitch man, pitch man. And then so they're yelling to them what the key needs to be on that particular play. And you've seen it come to fruition here tonight.
Give, keep, pitch, and everybody's responsibility that goes along with that. This is truly assignment football this week for Charlotte on defense.
So Loftus remains at quarterback after the Harrell injury. And it's going to be Gainey again. Fumble issues again for Stokes. Gainey's going to bang it up in there for 4 as we check in with Harry.
Guys, Connor Harrell told me he is going to be out for the rest of this game.
All right. All right, so you heard Harry report that Harrell out for the game. It's going to be Grayson Loftus the rest of the way. Over the middle, that's a good quick read and a first down. Charlotte, I'm telling you what, Nicholas getting yards after the catch, 24 yards a yak. And Loftus has come in and run this offense.
Little slot slant right there, and Grayson Loftus throws the ball perfectly, a foot in front of the numbers, allowing Nicholas to be able to do something with the ball after the catch, not having to make an adjustment.
Loftus getting to the outside. It'll be interesting to see what they do with the QB run game now down to their backup.
You know, you don't expect a lot of quarterback run with Grayson Loftus versus Connor Harrell, but clearly athletic enough to at least put the pressure on the defense to have to be aware of it, have to defend it, have to keep an eye on the quarterback after any type of play action or ball handling in the backfield.
So gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Quick shot again. Convoy in front. Good blocking by the offensive line. Enough for a first down for Nicholas. That's a gain of 7. And can Charlotte punctuate one of these drives with a touchdown? 3rd time they've been down in this area.
Well, and this is what's plagued them throughout the first 2 weeks of the season. Not so much last week versus Monmouth, but going up and down the field on their opponent, getting inside the red area, and either missing a field goal, turning the ball over. They dropped a touchdown versus North Carolina.
And they're content. I mean, they're content running it right up the middle. Smith and Onwenu meet after 5. Onwenu plays behind Daly on that defense. The 3rd running back we've seen tonight for the Niners. And again, they give up the middle, and again, that's Cameron Smith. And if you're watching, you missed the early part of the game. We were talking about some of the snaps maybe a little high, some of the snaps off tempo. It's because their starting center, Johnny King, not playing again. Dallas Shirley had to move over from right guard to center. And Devin Davis steps up for right guard. And so, look, he's the backup. He's gotten some reps, but still it doesn't mimic a lot of game time.
Well, and this has been a constant work in progress through the first 3 weeks of the season and coming into this game. Charlotte's had a hard time finding, either due to injury or just maybe a lack of execution at some points, the right mix of 5 offensive linemen. Right now, they're moving the line of scrimmage and having their way with Rice.
And right now, play clock down to 6. I'm wondering if Albin will bang his first time out of the half, and he will.
Timeout, Charlotte. 30 seconds in length.
I can't say enough right now. I mean, look, you've always got to be ready to play. Next man up mentality, cliche, but Grayson Loftus, after watching Connor Harrell have a record-setting week for this program a week ago, comes right off the bench. He's making quick reads, and he's executed the offense since he's been in.
Well, you said it earlier. He's played, and you know, he'd won 5 games, as we mentioned, as the starter for Duke, filling in for Riley Leonard back in 2023. But clearly they've prepared him well, and they are not changing the offense in any way, shape, or form.
So you see Harrell's got his helmet back on. Harry Lyles reporting earlier that he was out for the game.
I think this is 4-down territory for this offense too, Matt.
You think?
Absolutely.
Not take the 9-7 lead?
I think you've got to tell your offense, hey, enough of this. We got to have some red zone production that ends in touchdowns.
Well, they run their big quarterback up in there. 3rd and 3. We'll see what they go with. Gainey in the backfield. Quick throw, batted out of the air. We'll find out. Is it 4-down territory? That was Sam Carroll, the defensive tackle, transfer from Washington State and Texas Tech. And I think right now they're just going to be content with a field goal game to take the lead with the defense playing well and 2:27 left in the half.
And I'm a little surprised they didn't run the football right there to try to see if they could get themselves in a 4th and 1 situation. But when you get the ball batted down with an incomplete pass, 4th and a long 3, just a little too much.
Boyd's career long 42 yards. This attempt from 40. Perfect 3 for 3 on the night. And Charlotte content with making 3s, and right now that's good enough to grab them a lead here late in the 2nd quarter. So another good offensive possession, Lugs, for the 49ers, but they can't get any of those touchdowns. As there's the Taco Bell Live Ma Student Section. Only one student section can claim the title of Live Ma Student Section of the Year. Who will take home the trophy this year? And again, that Charlotte Student Section Sports Center today at 2 o'clock. I mean, these guys were lathered and ready then, and they've carried it over into the game tonight.
Great turnout here in Charlotte.
Good tailgating atmosphere here. And Liam Boyd right now the star for Charlotte here in the first half. 3 field goals the difference, 9-7, Jackson deep. All right, so Lugs, here begs the question. 2 timeouts left, 2:23, so really 3 clock stoppages at Rice's disposal. You see Graham Harrell walk off the field. Oh, sorry, Connor Harrell. Connor Harrell walk off the field. So that would signify that he's done for the night. 2:23 left, 3 timeout, or 2 timeouts in the stoppage. Rice, do they have that kind of offense to move it quick enough and long enough to get points?
I think they do if they have some success on early downs here. That's been the struggle for them, is Charlotte's been able to own the first and second down war and put them in an uncomfortable position. This is not an offense that wants to be in a steady dose of 3rd and 7 plus. So have some success here early, and then maybe you have the opportunity to take a shot.
There's Jenkins, quick shot to the outside. That was good coverage, but he squeaks it into Dickman, who had the touchdown for Rice. Broken tackle off Cary Grant. There's a good start to the drive. Gain of 12 for Dickman.
And that's what they've been lacking. They haven't been able to get off to that fast start each of the last 2 to 3 series. And now you're seeing a little tempo.
Jenkins. So that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout.
That's
Chased
a 2-minute
down by
timeout.
Gavin Willis.
Full timeout on the field.
So Rice, still 2 timeouts, trying to move the ball, get a field goal or some kind of points. They get the ball to start the second half. We'll step aside. Kevin Connors, thank you. We look forward to joining you guys at the half. Here's 2nd and 9 for Rice. And really, Luke, since that first possession where Rice went right down the field, Charlotte's like enough of that. And Shea Taylor, the captain, came over with Coach Albin from Ohio in a timeout.
30 seconds in late.
And Charlotte's going to use one of their timeouts, their second, because now it's 3rd and long. I mean, you've got to give credit to this defensive staff for what they've been able to do here after that first possession.
Well, in a short week, right? I mean, that's a lot. You're looking at the tape and you're saying, whoa. And I'll tell you, effort trumps everything else because it requires no talent. And the one thing we've seen from Charlotte tonight on defense is a lot of gold jerseys running to the football. And you're right, they've adjusted, they traded blows early, and now this Charlotte defense has got a beat on this Rice offense. And initially, you know, the inside run game was what Rice wanted to establish early. Couldn't get it done, so they get out to the perimeter, and Charlotte just playing off of blocks, making tackles, tackling in the open field, forcing Rice to earn it really frustrates this offense.
9 plays, 75 yards on that touchdown drive. It looked easy.
Yeah.
And now the yards are hard. So 3rd and 9. Fake. Jenkins to the sideline. And they're going to rule that a catch. It's Dickman who's having a nice night, at least for the receivers. Randy Franklin right there. That's going to be good enough for the first down on 3rd and 9 for 10. As Jalen Johnson provided some pressure, but they moved the chains. Reed Jackson.
The runner went out of bounds, so the clock should have never started. Please set the game clock to 1:33. It'll start on the snap.
Again, under 2 minutes. Step out of bounds. First down, clock stops, then starts, but he was out of bounds, so it stays put where it was. That rule enforced a few years ago to try to speed up pace of play. So 11 seconds back on the clock. Jenkins, quick pitch to Jackson. Jackson splits the defenders. Boys, he quick. When they can get him on the edge and he finds a crease, he'll explode. He did just there at a gain of 18. Rice on the move.
Well, you can thank wide receiver Drayden Dickman, number 6, who's already made a couple of catches tonight, including a touchdown there in the first quarter. But that time it was perimeter blocking that sprung Quentin Jackson loose.
Again, they've done a good job bottling them up, but they're going to stay true to who and what they are, Lugs. And you've seen it now, a gain of 10 and a gain of 18.
And the clock's on their side.
Still 2 timeouts. Jenkins, cut back. Look at Jenkins go. Touchdown, Rice. He saw space to his left, planted that foot, and he was off and running to the end zone. Shea Taylor had a chance, and Jenkins trotted all the way.
You got to look at safety Randy Franklin, number 0, and linebacker Caden Schmidt, 19, who over-pursued and then lost the gap integrity on the backside, allowing for Chase Jenkins to exploit it.
All right, so that answers the question. Do they have the offense to where they're able to go down the field in a 2-minute drill? I mean, they're chunk plays, 10, 18, and 34.
Watch these two guys here and there, and once this goes here, he's going to come back because you have no backside support defensively for secondary run support. That's a lot of green grass to have to cover. Chase Jenkins using the wheels. Good vision.
Great vision out of the quarterback. He was the first Rice quarterback to rush for 100 yards since 2012. And all that work for Charlotte. Now you start looking at a game where they haven't been able to capitalize with a touchdown. They really played a good first half, but now they're down 14-9 with 1:17 and the timeout left.
Well, it's just a difference in efficiency when it comes to touchdowns versus field goals. Yes, Charlotte's been able to move the ball. Yes, they've been able to do some nice things on offense, but 7 points and 3 points starts to take its toll.
WrestlePalooza, our first WWE premium live event happening Saturday, featuring John Cena squaring off against Brock Lesnar in a main event. Unlock your access. Stream it exclusively on the ESPN app with the ESPN Unlimited plan. Had the Uso brothers in studio on SportsCenter the other day.
Oh, I saw you, yeah.
Uso! Yeah, we were yeeting. You know what a yeet is?
You had to bring out the big chairs. What's
oh,
the
man,
yeet?
we yeeted. I mean, it was... I hope they alerted the Emmy committee.
We'll see how aggressive Charlotte's going to be here on offense. Plenty of timeout left.
Again, Grayson Loftus in, Connor Harrell injured and out. Quick shot to the sidelines. Gus McGee had a chance to go out, opted for more yards, gain of 10. Peyton Stevenson, Ty Morris there. I don't think they're going to mark him just short. Second down, there's a gain of...
Well, they're going to mark him short. If he'd gone out of bounds, the clock would have stopped.
So again, prior to whistle blown.
Maybe taking a look at this spot.
Runner short of the line of the game clock should not have stopped. Please put 53 seconds on the game clock and start it on my signal.
All right, so again, kind of a clock snafu because they did not move the chains. Still one timeout. All right, there's Gainey finding space. Gainey's got moves. Gainey didn't have the finishing speed. You saw him kind of limp up a little bit and slow down. Nonetheless, gain of 36. Key block Devin Davis. And now Charlotte back in business.
Again, still has a timeout, 43 seconds to go. But here we go again, right? We're getting into the high red area here. Got to see some efficiency from Charlotte as Rice tries to substitute defensively.
And it's been good to have your star kicker, Liam Boyd, be the points, but you need touchdowns now.
Yep.
Loftus off his spot, rolls out left, and that one just high and incomplete. So C.J. Stokes, a fumble and a drop. Gainey kind of limped off. Yeah, and did you see what I mean, Lugs? Towards the end of that run, you kind of saw a little hitch in Gainey's giddy up as he was heading to the sideline.
He did. He looked like he pulled up a little bit. He's trying to really open it up right here, and just at the end, pulls up slightly. Would have liked to have seen on that previous play a little better ball placement from Grayson Loftus out there in the flat.
And they wanted some tussling over there with some arm. That was Burris, covered by Jarek Harper, now 3rd and 10. Ball right now at the 29. If they don't gain another yard, you're looking at about a 46-yard field goal, with Boyd's career long at 42.
Remember, Rice gets the ball coming out of the locker room to start the third quarter on offense. Points are critical here for Charlotte.
Loftus, designed, gets down. And I talked about getting that yardage. We'll see what Albin does. Gain of 5. Joseph Mutombo missed the tackle. They're not going to call the timeout. They're going to let the clock wind down, and they're going to trot the field goal unit out there again. So Boyd already 3 field goals tonight. That ties the second most made in a game in Charlotte program history. This is, by the way, a program that's only been around for 13 years.
Infant stages.
They're trying to build this thing one season at a time. And if we're breaking down this first half, Lugs, and we're looking at it from a football perspective, Charlotte's won the first half. However, the score is not going to be indicative of that, because how many times they've been down in Rice territory, but haven't been able to get 6.
Haven't been able to get 6, and really it's been 2 plays. One big explosive on the ground from Chase Jenkins that we saw on the last drive from Rice, and then, of course, Drayden Dickman on the touchdown to end the first offensive drive for Rice. But in between, Charlotte's gotten the better of this Rice football team, but you are right. It is about red zone efficiency right now for the Charlotte offense.
So this on Boyd's career long 42 yards. And that one's going to miss left. And that'll be the final play of the first half. So if you live and die by the field goal, and a big momentum break for Rice as they hold a 5-point lead, 2 touchdowns the difference. Kevin Connors, E.J. Manuel, Sam Acho. They'll be in studio after these messages. Halftime in Charlotte.
Next up in our anime show, it's the opening of Cowboy Bebop, originally recorded by the Seatbelts, a fun, upbeat, big band chart with a Latin funk feel. 3, 2, 1, let's jam. This is Tank, written by Yoko Kanno. And now, to close our show, one of the most popular anime shows, games, and characters that a generation has ever known. You gotta catch them all, because I wanna be the very best. It's time for Pokemon, the opening theme from the video game. Niner fans, please give it up one more time for Gold, pride of Niner National Legends.
We're back, ESPN College Football Prime Time, presented by Liberty Mutual. Beautiful night in Charlotte as you were watching the American Conference on ESPN. Conference opener for both Rice and Charlotte. Right now it's the away team, 14-9 at the half here at Jerry Richardson Stadium. Tom Luganbill and Matt Berry with you. And Lugs, I think the first half story is plain and simple. Charlotte unable to capitalize on good drives, having to settle for field goals and missed one just before the half.
Well, the inefficiency, for whatever reason, when this offense crosses the plus 30-yard line, it's as if they just implode. They've moved the football effectively in just about every game they have played this year, but cannot function inside the red area. So take a look at Rice, and really it was 2 plays. The end of the first drive right there that resulted in the touchdown. This is where Connor Harrell, the Charlotte quarterback, went down with a knee injury. But for the most part, Charlotte rallied the troops and started playing really good defense throughout the course of that first half. But it came down to 2 plays. The touchdown we just showed you, and this big run after the over pursuit from Charlotte's defense by quarterback Chase Jenkins. And now Charlotte comes out and is on defense, and it is imperative that they get a stop.
That'll look at our game flow brought to you by Progressive. And again, the missed field goal just before the half. Huge for Charlotte, because to your point, this is a Rice team who comes in averaging just over 35 minutes a game. They could chew some clock, Harry.
They sure can. And look, I spoke with Charlotte coach Tim Albin coming out of the locker room. He told me that they have to finish these drives with touchdowns and not field goals this time. He also said it has to be a TFC half. Guys, turnovers, field position, and Charlotte not beating Charlotte. That's something that he mentioned in the very first team meeting when he came here in order to change the culture. We'll see if it can change the outcome here in the second half.
Yeah, they've outgained Rice 203 yards to 164. They've had more scoring opportunities, yet the Owls have the lead to begin the third quarter. Jenkins, Jenkins, cut back. We just saw him trot for 34 for the go-ahead touchdown, and he did really the same thing. The cut back on Conley. Sheck Kaba missed the tackle.
Kaba missed the tackle, and he was in the right spot, in the gap, and that's just an athletic quarterback making a play. That could have been a huge negative of maybe 4. Now you're looking at second and a long 1.
Yeah, he met him in the backfield, and Jenkins quick enough to make the cut to pick up 9. Quick shot outside, Aaron Turner. That'll be a first down, Rice.
Well, that was one of those plays previously as they just got the first down where you are purposefully not blocking that interior defensive lineman. And I actually think Chase Jenkins made the wrong read. He should have actually given it. Instead, he kept it and found an unblocked defender in the hole waiting for him.
Again, entering the game, just 2 plays of 25-plus yards. They had 2 of those in the first half. So really, the offense we're used to seeing out of Rice, where they just take the clock and move it, a lot of 3-and-outs and big plays was the story for them. And an early first down. Give up the middle. Not much for Jackson. Shea Taylor for 2.
Nice job by Jalen Johnson, number 24 there, playing off the block and collapsing down to make that tackle.
And this is one of those rare instances where you can say each team kind of did what they needed to do in the first half. And sans a couple of mistakes not finishing drives, the other team's ahead. It was a clean played first half, and that each team had opportunities. Rice just took advantage of theirs, and Charlotte didn't. And that was a great job by 17, Ransom Goals. He was going to get got for nothing and was able to get at least 3 out of it, bringing up a 3rd and medium.
Look at all those gold jerseys. Guys turning and running to the football. But play off this block well, force it back to the inside. Big tackle coming around from Braden Mullen there, number 44 for Charlotte on the defensive front.
So an opportunity to get off the field here in the third quarter for the Charlotte defense. Jenkins to throw. Guy deep. What a throw by Jenkins. And that play developed to Tyson Thompson out of the backfield. Jenkins made the fake, waited just long enough, and tossed that one up perfectly.
Really executed. You get a bit of a slow mesh. Quarterback Chase Jenkins kind of dips down, hides behind the line of scrimmage, and drops it in the bucket to Tyson Thompson.
Was that a shade of a Dave Clawson Wake Forest?
It looked a little bit like it.
Wait, pull it, throw. 37 yards. Owls in business. Back to the run. And again, it's been the big play for Rice. That's their second play of 35-plus yards on the season.
Well, it's a big play from Rice that's put him in this position, but then it's been Rice's execution that has resulted in touchdowns.
It's an injured player for the Owls to start the third quarter. And that's Ransom Goals that's down on the turf. So while they take a look at the Rice wide receiver, we'll step aside.
Welcome back to Charlotte, taking you back to that play down the sideline on third down for Rice. Look at the eyes of these two defenders right here. And what's going to end up happening is your target here is going to scrape here and go right down the sideline, but you're caught peeking in the backfield as we go ahead and run it. You've got backfield action, and now it's too late. You've already been caught, you're flat-footed, and you've got a full steam-ahead target running down the sideline.
And that's why Rice is in position here. That is Alexander getting to the sideline. Alexander trots in for the Rice touchdown. How's that to start the third quarter? It was the three passes that set up the drive, and a gain of 13 for Dalen Alexander.
Well, we've seen this tonight from the Rice offense. They love to pull the play side tackle and the center. Nate Bledsoe, that time number 56, leading the charge as they block down with the strong side tackle and the strong side guard. And off to the races.
7 plays, 75 yards, and the second consecutive touchdown by this Rice offense. And now you start seeing why the field goals need to be turned into touchdowns. 21-9.
And why that miss of a field goal was huge as well at the end of the second quarter, as you take a look at them spilling the play to the outside right here with Dalen Alexander, the 215-pound redshirt sophomore.
I mean, there was daylight the second he got that ball.
Well, they secured the edge with their down blocks on the outside with their play-side tackle and guard. Able to pull. That center's done a really nice job out in space.
This modernized option that Abel brings to Rice, I mean, it's really something to watch, because you've got to have a quarterback now that can throw,
sure,
make all the reads. Jenkins is a perfect fit, and when this thing's clicking on cylinders, it's a fun watch.
It is a
and
really
it's tough
fun
to stop.
watch. Absolutely, it's tough to stop. They get you on your heels.
Let's check in with Harry.
Guys, Connor Harrell is officially out of this game per the school. It was that left knee injury. That is all the specifics, rather, that we have on that particular injury.
Okay, Harry, thank you. It was Grayson Loftus at the end of the half, and really didn't slow down much with Loftus as you see the stats. Now it's going to be, you're down 21-9. You're going to start getting aggressive here offensively to get back into this game.
I think you have to, and you've got the weapons to do it with E.J. Mason and Javen Nicholas, Sean Brown. Plenty of targets to go up and get the football downfield.
And start with a run to see if they can get something popped on first down, and the answer to that is no. Andrew Alway has had a nice night. They gain a 1. Total defense coming in 4th in the conference. Kind of a bend but don't break night as you see Gainey coming off the sideline again. He was a little gimpy on a big run he had in the first half. We'll keep an eye on that. Loftus, the play fake, taking a shot downfield, has a receiver deep, incomplete, flag down. I was keeping an eye on the center of the field, and it was the official from the back that ended up throwing it. But how about the arm strength there from Loftus? Nicholas, the intended receiver, Harper on the coverage.
Pass interference, offense.
Wow.
15-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
They're clearly not calling that on the end of the play here. I think they're calling it earlier when they were running stride for stride, and he pushed off and extended.
Well, I'll tell you, from where the flag came from, back, probably 15 yards back of the play, they clearly saw it early in the route. I don't want to take a look at this.
Take a look at the early shove right there. They're going to call that a push off.
I mean, it looked like 5 initiated it.
The extension, though, looks like it's offensive in the eyes of the official.
So 2nd and 22 after Charlotte takes a shot downfield. Cameron Smith. Loftus to throw again. Happy feet there from Loftus. Want to bring in Jerry McGinn, our rules analyst, and go back a play. Jerry, what did you see on that offensive PI call?
So what the official is looking at is the extension of the arm by number 5, the offensive receiver. He cannot extend it, so I can definitely see why he called offensive pass interference.
That was 5-on-5 crime.
Yeah.
Nicholas and Harper. And nothing. Sack. Michael Daly. And that was quick work out of that Rice defense. First sack of the night.
Well, Michael Daly, the BYU transfer with the spin move to the inside, drags down Grayson Loftus. And the moment that penalty happened, all of a sudden Rice smelled blood in the water, started heating them up.
And now 4th and 27, punting out of his own end zone. And the hours are going to be in cruise control. 50-yard punt, 21-9 early third quarter.
I want to say thank you to Tanya Morris, which is my mom. She was a middle school teacher for maybe 20 plus years, and just seeing her come home, work hard every day, just trying to get the students right. She means like so much passion. She has so much passion for the students, and just to see her like every day work her tail off, it just means a lot what teachers go through and the effort they put into towards the students.
ESPN supports the College Football Playoff Foundation's Extra Yard for Teachers Week each year to celebrate great teachers across the country who have inspired so many of us. Nominate a great teacher in your community by visiting cfpfoundation.org. And there goes Jenkins again, and now they're just chunking. Yard after yard. That's a gain of 23 as Jenkins ran right through Caleb Irving.
Yeah, once again, they don't block that interior defensive lineman, and that lineman takes one step with the motion of the back. You see 85 right there in the hole, and right now, Chase Jenkins knows he's pulling that ball, and it's a keep.
DeAndre Hardman Jr., the true freshman, is in. And that was him right up the middle. And that's a gain of 9. And here's Ty and his mother, Tanya, when he's signing his letter of intent. And sincerely, thank you to all the teachers out there for everything you do, putting up with students like Lugs.
You mean the gifted classes?
Yeah, exactly. Hardman, again, getting the first down. That was Derek Edwards, actually marking him short. Nope, they're going to move it now.
First down for the Owls.
So we saw a steady diet of Alexander, Quentin Jackson in this game, but now the true freshman out of North Shore, Houston, Texas, getting some work. Pop. And that's going to be a hold. Easy to see Aaron Turner there.
Holding. Offense. Number 49. 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
Let's check in with Harry.
Matt, you saw wide receiver number 17, Landon Ransom Goals, come off the field on that previous possession for Rice. He went to the tent and came out in a knee brace on his right knee and crutches. It appears he is going to be out for this game.
Harry, we've had some injuries tonight, some key players defensively, even early for Rice. Is Kane, he was out for the game, and now Ransom Goals, the receiver. Of course, Harrell, the quarterback for Charlotte, the conference opener for both teams.
It's been a long time since we've seen a penalty against this Rice team that's put them in a hole on offense.
Yeah, they've been clean offensively. Defense, they had some issues with penalties in the first half. Jenkins, kind of a sloppy fake there. I think they're going to string it out, and Charlotte's going to make him pay. Cary Grant, that's going to be some lost yardage, loss of 2. Clink Scales Jr. led the way with Grant as well. If you're Charlotte, though, you cannot lose focus and faith that you're still in. There's a lot of football left to play.
There's a ton of football. Get off the field on defense. Give yourself a fresh set of downs on offense and just settle in. Did such a good job for the most part of that first half controlling this offense. Don't let it get away from you.
Quick pitch outside. Can't find the crease. Quentin Jackson. So here's a nice play by Shea Taylor, the leader of that defense. And now 3rd and forever. What can Rice get back to maybe get into field goal range to get points out of this period?
Well, every time they've taken an opportunity to throw the football, they've been able to create an explosive. So if they can get themselves something going here in the passing game to maybe get half of it back, set themselves up, it's a huge down right here for Charlotte defensively.
Just keep an eye on the sideline. Just saw Grayson Loftus, Charlotte quarterback, kind of bouncing up and down, ready to get back on the field, where the defense allow him to do so. Jenkins back across his body. That's going to be incomplete. That's the stop Charlotte needed. It was intended for Aaron Turner as Caden Schmitz.
Not so sure Chase Jenkins right there couldn't have maybe turned the corner, tiptoed the sideline, and gotten some yardage. Give him something to think about from a field goal perspective. But here we go anyway, nonetheless. It's a long one coming up.
Career yard for Goda, 49 yards. This one from 55. Enoch Goda.
This tells you the confidence Rice has in their defense right now.
55 yards. That is no Goda. And a stop for Charlotte. Not only confidence in defense, but confidence in the kicker.
Yeah.
I mean, he put some leg on that.
Take a look at that ball. It elevated.
Had the distance.
Yep.
So what can they dial up for Loftus and the Niners? Midway through the 3rd quarter.
False start. Offense. Number 57.
That's going to
5-yard
drive a
penalty.
coach nuts.
First down.
False start on a change of possession.
You get your stop, you come out, you need a little bit of rhythm. Mason Bowers and a false start. Now you're behind the chains, 1st and 15. Gus McGee. Good job by Rice. Joe Chavez there. He went low on the big fella, 6'5", 250.
Joe Chavez has made some plays tonight. He's been filling in for Jack Kane, number 27. One of our impact players coming into this game went out with a shoulder injury in the 1st quarter.
Yeah, we're down a couple of impact players
right.
tonight. So 2nd and 13 after just a gain of 2. Loftus off his back foot. That didn't have a chance from delivery. Christopher Clark Jolivet providing the pressure.
Just nowhere to go with the football there for Grayson Loftus, and as the pocket starts collapsing, Matt, can't get any juice on the football.
When this thing was going early, he was making that quick read, playing the back foot. They were working the middle of the field, and that's where they were getting their big plays. I haven't seen them do that in a while now. 3rd and 13. Showing pressure. Nothing for Loftus. And another sack for Rice. That is Clemens and Daly. And again, a quick possession for this Niners offense.
Well, it's just a 3-man rush. I mean, it looks like there's a simulated pressure. They're going to be here, here, here. And so you've got to be able to protect that with 5-man front. Good effort by Rice there, but from an offensive line perspective, you have a numbers advantage.
And we're kind of seeing a difference where we're used to seeing it with the Rice offense, where they kind of body blow you with these runs and they try to spring one late. We're almost seeing it with the Rice defense and the Charlotte offense, where now they're getting penetration here on that Rice offensive line.
Walls are collapsing for Charlotte on offense right now, and Rice gets off the field after a disappointing offensive effort on the previous series. Another big one coming up for Charlotte on defense.
Saturday, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. The world will be watching. Stream WrestlePalooza on the ESPN app Saturday night.
How about Joe Tessitore? He's doing the noon game on ABC, and then he's flying to do WrestlePalooza Saturday night.
Oh, you know he's jacked.
Oh, man. He texted me today, gave me this document. of all the matches and the single matches and the mixed tag team match. You know, CM Punk and AJ Lee, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch. What a legend, Joe Tess. Collar open, no tie, calling ball. Then going to call some wrestle.
Next thing you know, he's going to wear an ascot like our friend Roddy Jones a couple of weeks ago.
Did you talk to Roddy about that?
Thoroughly.
You did, good.
Yeah.
Who approved that? Was that a Roddy decision or was that a Mrs. Roddy decision?
No, I think it was a local decision that happened on the spot.
Really?
Yeah.
Jenkins got stopped on the spot. Needs, you know, hey, you had to live to play another down. Cary Grant, who probably wore ascots back in the day. Patrick Ballant got pushed back -2 yards on that one. So here we go, another third down.
That last drive, when our Ice had that penalty, it completely took them out of schedule and off rhythm. And now Charlotte's got them right there again. And this time with field position behind them.
They've been getting chunks all night. Can they get a 10-yard one here? The answer to that, short. The ball ended up in Tyson Thompson's hand, and they're going to mark him inches short, although the Rice coaching staff thought that he got the yard to gain.
Look at Rice here. He showed you the reverse in the first half. Another wrinkle that comes off of this offensive game plan. Had to break a couple of tackles to get within one.
I actually love this call.
Wow.
I love it. 4th and inches. Not going to do it now.
It's Luke Miller, the right tackle. 53. Unless he was enticed, Matt.
Ooh, good word. The Rice says yes. Jerry McGinn.
He made me do it.
False start.
Nope.
No.
Number 53, 5-yard penalty. Still 4th
Tell you,
down.
Reed Jackson and his crew, they've been buttoned up tonight.
They've been buttoned
up tonight.
They're on top of it.
They really are. Okay, so if you're Tim Albin, you're telling your defense as you look again at the false start here on 4th. Ooh. Jerry McGinn, we're told, didn't like that call. So, but you're getting everything you need out of stops if you're Albin. They came out and scored right away, but there's 2 consecutive stops. The offense has to do something as they brought it on special teams, trying to get a block, scoop, score. Brought all the way back. Nicholas has space. Nicholas still up. And couldn't that get something going for Charlotte? Javen Nicholas got 25 yards out of one that didn't look like there was much to get. Can Charlotte take a shot and do something, Ludes?
Well, they got some juice from the field position. They got some juice from the return. Now what they've got to do offensively is quit trying to make everything happen all at once. There's plenty of time to go in this ball game. You've shown the ability to sustain drives. You've shown the ability to methodically throw the underneath passing game. Let's get back to that. And to your point, Matt, the middle of the field has been where they've had success.
6 plays, minus 25 yards.
This half.
This half. That does not spell execution. They're trying to bang one right up the middle. Jerry L. Cobb. The first time we've called his name tonight. 4, remember, C.J. Stokes has had some fumble issues. Gainey appears to be hurt. Cameron Smith we've seen. So they're working the depth chart here with the quarterback and the running back tonight. 2nd and 6. That pass tipped, still gets off. Big 0, Joey Burns, the 3rd. Now you got a first down. Now the chains reset. Now the drive is activated.
Absolutely. And what did they do? They just took what the defense gave them. You leak out your tight end right there on offense. Out in the flat, threw a little touch, even though it got picked, still a catchable ball.
By the way, Burns is healthy. 6'1", 280.
He's hardy.
Big fella. He actually earned the right to wear 0. All right, a successful run on first down from Cameron Smith. No, check that. That's going to be Cobb again. Get the ball back to Burns the third, just so we can see what he can do in open space. You have to go, in all seriousness, you need to get E.J. Mason involved back in this game.
And Javen Nicholas, the two best pass catchers on this team. They got to start getting some targets.
7 targets on the night from Mason, but just 3 catches, 15 yards after 228 yards. Loftus wanted to take a shot. The initial read is not there, and then the pocket collapses, and Awan Wenyu gets the sack. So Awan Wenyu able to force the pressure. 3 sacks tonight for Rice. I don't think there's any secret about this being 4-down territory as well. This stage in the game, end of the third quarter. Loftus over the middle. That looked early, and no flag was thrown. Javen Nicholas was hit hard by Marcus Williams, and he's down on the turf.
Timeout on the field.
Matt, you're right. It did look early. It was a bang-bang play over the middle of the field. We're seeing it in slow motion, and that's not how the officiating crew's seeing it. He went up high.
Let's bring in Jerry McGinn, our rules analyst. I mean, are we missing something here, or should this have been called?
This is a bang-bang hit, but we do have a hit to the head of a defenseless receiver. So I'm hoping that replay will stop this and take a look at it for a possible targeting foul.
You see they're putting something on his ear, so they're not going to do it. This is 4th and down, and this is huge in this ball game. And that's kind of a situation where ball don't lie.
Wow.
Sean Brown from a dart from Loftus. I mean, again, the coverage is right there. That's a perfect throw.
It's a perfect throw, but what was the difference? Him getting back and getting the ball out of his hand.
That's it. He's noticed when that first read's not open,
yeah,
pocket collapse, he's done.
And his eyes come down.
That's
correct.
Right. Pre-rush came in, and that ball comes out. Untouched. Ty Morris had a blind side on Loftus.
That's the end of the
and
third
this
quarter.
Rice defense in the second half has been absolutely fierce. Awan Wenyu recovered the fumble, and Grayson Loftus had no idea that was coming. Pressure, sack, fumble. Rice up 21-9 headed to the fourth.
Welcome back to Charlotte, where the 49ers trail 21-9 to Rice. Coach, how do you guys trim this lead here in the fourth quarter and win this football game?
Yeah, obviously we got to stay out of our own way. That last drive is very disappointing. They brought a wheel pressure, and we didn't pick it up. We got a strip sack. So defense is going to have to keep us in it, and hopefully we can finish the drive with a touchdown.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Jenkins leaned in for a play fake. They're going for the ender here, incomplete, intended for Drayden Dickman.
Well, and the reason why Coach Tim Albin is so upset is you have a 7-man pass protection, all right? Right here, you're 7-man. So now, excuse me, take that 8 off. Counted the quarterback there, and you have a 5-man rush. You have a 2-man advantage in your pass protection, and you give up a free rusher to the quarterback's backside. It's just inexcusable from execution perspective after you've done some really positive things on the drive.
You convert on 4th and 7. You get back in this, you put a touchdown up, 21-16. Right back in this, but now Jenkins in this Rice offense will just motor down the field on. He's got the ball back. And Randy Franklin after a gain of 9 on Jenkins. You know, right, again, they average about 35 minutes a game in time of possession. Tonight it's only 21:09. They've been scoring on big plays. Yep. But at any given point, this offense can grab the clock and not give it back.
No question. And that's their goal, especially now in the fourth quarter.
High snap, kind of took the play off schedule. And look at Jenkins' athletic ability to grab the snap, stay patient, and get the first down. And Jenkins slow to get up over there on the Rice sideline. Drew DeVilliers, the backup, a completely different looking quarterback than Jenkins. DeVilliers 6'5", 228 out of Plano East in Texas. Hopefully everything's okay with Jenkins. He's been on one of his vintage games tonight, 7 of 9, 79 yards and 73 yards rushing as we look at the end of this play. Again, he was able to corral a bad snap, and you see that ankle kind of get wrapped up under the tackle. Certainly a clean play over there by the sideline.
It's a good tackle there by Randy Franklin, the safety coming in pursuit. And you're right, just got rolled up a little bit. Did chase Jenkins. DeVilliers comes in great size, 6'5", looks like a tight end.
Yeah, we were down there during warm-ups. I was like, who is 5? And a completely different style of player. I mean, if he can run like Jenkins at 6'5", 228, then they've got a real problem on their hands, the Charlotte defense. But he's a bigger guy. He's played in 3 games this year, or he played last week, rather. So DeVilliers action twice this year, 2nd and 9. Hopefully Jenkins is okay. We'll see if we can get Harry over there for a report. Now both quarterbacks. We're on both backup quarterbacks tonight for Rice and Charlotte. Got a quick give and a cutback by Aaron Turner. Tried, no avail. He's going to lose on the play, and now another 3rd and long.
You talk about DeVilliers coming in as the backup quarterback. One of the things that Scott Abel did at Rice when he arrived is he was able to keep a lot of his roster intact.
That's
None
right.
of the quarterbacks transferred. Neither of the 2 running backs transferred, as we see Chase Jenkins getting loosened up on the sideline.
So that's a good sign if you're a Rice fan. At least for this drive, it's going to be DeVilliers. But Jenkins trying to work it out. That was whipped, and it's going to be called a catch to Turner. All right, so you see the arm strength out of 5, and that's going to be a first down to extend the drive. Gain of 11.
Boy, this one was close. This ball's low.
Oh,
Timeout. Charlotte, their first of the half.
So Charlotte calls a
The
timeout.
previous play is under further review to see if the receiver caught the ball.
All right, so they're going to take a look at it. Again, the call on the field right now is going to be a first down for Rice. We'll step aside and come back. All right, DeVilliers did his job. The play was upheld. It was reviewed. And now Jenkins is back in the game.
And this was a tough one because there's really not indisputable video evidence to overrule the call on the field. There's a couple of different angles you can take a look at it. And the ball is allowed to touch the ground if you've completed the act of the catch and you've secured the football.
Jerry McGinn, what did you see?
The same thing that Tom did. The ball can touch the ground, but the ball did not move, so I do believe that he had control of the ball, and he did complete the process of the catch.
All right, and Charlotte had to use a timeout to induce the replay, and Dalen Alexander, a big run there, gain of 28.
And Rice has had a ton of success tonight with their block down center pull around, with Nate Bledsoe 56 leading the charge, and the outside run game has been very, very successful.
So first and goal now, Owls trying to put this thing on ice. And that's right up the gut. Spotted down at the 1. Rice right around their average right now, averaging 20.3 points per game. Second to last in the American. They're just over that and look to go to the 28-point mark tonight.
Oh, he's so close.
You see that knee down there at the 1.
And that time tried to do the same thing, pull the center around at 44. Braden Mullen for Charlotte tried to step into the hole. Nice read and vision that time by Dalen Alexander.
Alexander already 1 touchdown on the night, make it 2, and Rice extends their lead. A second-half explosion for the Rice Owls, up 14-9 at the half. They've scored 14 unanswered points to extend their lead here in the fourth quarter. So remember, that started after the Loftus fumble. And it is all Rice in the American opener. Alexander, the big run, his second touchdown of the night. It is 28-9 Owls.
ESPN Thursday Night College Football is presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need.
Couple of NFL notables from both of these schools, Charlotte and Rice. Look, if you want to play special teams, go to Rice. Kickers, punters. Let's go. I'm telling you, Luke McCaffrey of House McCaffrey, 3rd-round pick. Do you want to clear something up? We were talking about the timeout used from Charlotte to induce the replay. Replay has told us that they have all 3 timeouts remaining. They gave the timeout back because they did stop to review that play on 4th down. So Charlotte with all 3 timeouts down 28-9. We've had all touchbacks off kicks tonight. The streak remains perfect. ABC College Football Saturday, Auburn and Oklahoma, 3:30 Eastern. The nightcap, Miami. We talked about this on SportsCenter today, that maybe in years past you're worried about Miami coming into that game. There seems to be something going on with them, you know, with Carson Beck in the Hurricanes.
It's working.
You trust them right now. And then the quarterback's in that 3:30 game between Oklahoma and Auburn.
Two gunslingers there.
The Tiers certainly caught the SEC by storm. Conference, I shouldn't say the SEC by storm. They played a conference game. He had a great game against Michigan, but he's right now the odds-on favorite to win the September Heisman. When's the last time a September Heisman won the Heisman? I mean, it's been a minute.
A long time.
We should hand out like a September Heisman trophy. Like,
do it once every month.
Just make one up. There's Charlotte staying on the ground, trying to get the first down. For some reason, you know what, just random September Heisman coming to mind? Geno Smith.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he had a September for the ages back in the day.
There was a good one.
That was a September Heisman winner. Play fake Loftus. Pressure just underthrows as the receiver. The pressure just getting to him. Michael Daly. You know, that's just the thing with college football now. Brent Venables was hearing all the chirping in the offseason, didn't have an offense. He took back over the play calling. Well, you get a guy that's willing to cut a check to get some players.
Absolutely.
You can fix it with one coordinator and a quarterback nowadays.
You wave a magic wand.
Back in the day, you lived with the guy you recruited. Loftus, good job over the middle. You ever think back to, I don't know, 6-7 years ago at some of the rules, and then you kind of laugh at how asinine they were? Like the rule where if you transferred, you sat out a year.
Oh, yeah.
Think about how archaic and stupid that seems now.
I know. Now, I mean, look at what's happening right now at UCLA and Virginia Tech. Those kids have 30 days to just walk away.
Preserve
right now.
their red. They could move. They can leave right now. Like Nico Iamaleava could be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
We just get.
Is it right? No.
No, it's not. I don't know how we went from one spot to the other so quickly.
Player freedom.
They went from having the least amount of power in sports to the most amount of power in sports overnight. They have more power than NFL players. Could you imagine, like, let's just say, for instance,
Patrick Mahomes after each Super Bowl
let's say Mike
decides
McDaniel gets fired for the Dolphins.
Okay.
And Tua was like, you know what? I'm out. I'm going to transfer. I'm going to transfer to Dallas. We were using this analogy, I think, last season when we were like, oh, you know, the transfer portal. Just imagine, because people get on you if you say anything anti-transfer portal.
Oh, of course.
And then you put it in perspective, like, all right, fine. You know what? You're right. Josh Allen's going to play for the Bills this year. Next year he's going to transfer to Philadelphia. And what the hell, the next year he'll transfer to Tampa Bay.
Right.
Think about the absurdity of that.
It's not sustainable.
Player slips and falls, incomplete pass. I would tell you there's a way for everyone to get what they deserve and want, but this probably isn't it. And if the players are going to get the money that they believe that they deserve, and they deserve something, if you're going to pay them and you want to be treated like an adult,
yeah,
you got to sign a contract.
And you got to adhere to the contract.
And the contract should go from game one to the bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want out of the contract, you pay back the money. Loftus downfield, flags everywhere. Intended for Sean Brown.
Pass interference, defense, number 12. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You know, and we get the privilege of just talking to these coaches every week and just talking to them around college football. And when you're having these conversations with them about the sport, you really see the wheels turning on how they've got to build a roster and what kind of payroll they have and who's going to be here and who's not.
Well, and for teams like this, as we look at the pass interference call on Rice, it gives good field position for Charlotte here, is when you're an FCS program or a group of 5 program and you've recruited and established and developed players, and then they're gone, and you have no way of replacing them and no way of affording to keep them.
Right. Yeah, if you're recruiting them, feeding them, developing them, and then big bad XYZ comes in and pays them.
What are you going to do?
You just, all those resources and years put in, gone.
Gone.
With anything to replace them. I think you should trade.
Or get
Money.
financial compensation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen the full effects yet of what the new era is going to do to FCS, to some teams in the MAC. As Loftus deep and complete, wanting another flag, nothing thrown. Yeah, I don't think the full effect has been seen yet. But it's, you know, when you think about Washington State's a prime example.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Ward and John Mateer were on the same team. Cam goes down to Miami, #1 overall pick. Mateer now at Oklahoma and a Heisman favorite.
Mm-hmm.
All in the Palouse. There's a shot. There's a touchdown. And a big one for some people at home. Nicholas for 31.
Charlotte set to go for 2.
Yeah, 2-point conversion coming.
Javen Nicholas coming across on the slant route on the inside out of the slot. Gets a little help from the judge right there, the umpire. A little pick off.
Still a lot of football left to play. And they're 100% on 2-point conversion this year, but you just wonder if they'd have executed some touchdowns in the first half. Good execution, 2-point conversion, good. Nicholas gets the touchdown. Nicholas gets the 2. 28-17. So not done just yet with half the fourth quarter left to play, but a good answer from Loftus to Nicholas.
Some life left here. Slant route for the touchdown and a beautiful low throw to the front pylon. Convert the 2-point conversion. Could we have a ball game here in the fourth quarter?
Charlotte's showing some fight. You see they didn't put up any points in the third quarter. They get the touchdown of the 2-point conversion. Now a 2-score game. Half the quarter left and 3 timeouts.
Yeah, plenty of time here. The 3 timeouts you mentioned, why you don't go for the onside kick right here. It's just too early, too much time.
Yeah.
Now you've got to get a stop on defense here, though.
Again, worth pointing out, Rice's ability to chop clock when they need to. We haven't seen one of those long drive, time-eaten drives yet at a Rice as we now take a look at tonight's Player Spotlight, brought to you by Lexus.
Well, it's Rice quarterback Chase Jenkins here. You see the first quarter touchdown to Drayden Dickman. And then the ability to run. Did a little bit of everything tonight. Using his legs. Great vision right there on the cutback. And then when this offense had to throw it and they needed a big play, drops it right in the bucket to Tyson Thompson down the sideline, setting up another touchdown. And then once again, off the option, keeps it on the zone read. And he has had a very nice night, both through the air and on the ground.
152 total yards offense, 2 touchdowns. Now it's on Charlotte's defense. Quick shot, Jenkins. Drayden Dickman's had a nice night for the Rice receiver, scored the touchdown early. That'll be his fourth catch, 39 yards, and a gain of 8. And now you'll see Rice get into a situation where you're going to see that play clock chopped down a little bit more. Right up the middle. It looks like it's going to be 3rd and short. Willis brings down the true freshman DeAndre Hardman Jr. and an injured Charlotte player. The first part of his number covered up, trying to ID who that is. We believe it's Caleb Irving, number 85. Goes down briefly, pops right back up. You know what would be a fun play call here, Luke's 3rd and short? Everybody in America is expecting to run right up the middle.
Right.
Can you hide it just long enough and sneak someone out and just take the shot?
They've already done it once tonight for completion. And really, when they've had these 3rd and 4th and short yardage, they've run it to the outside as opposed to the inside, or they've thrown the quick screen to the perimeter.
Charlotte was able to get the penetration, and what an effort. Shea Taylor was the first one there. He was back there. And Rice and Hardman Jr. were just kind of able to slip in there and get the first down.
Well, that time they do tuck it up inside, and you're right. 35, Shea Taylor is in the hole to make the tackle. And Hardman, the true freshman, the little jump cut in the backfield, just enough to fall forward.
That was a TFL and a loss.
No question.
And that was a good individual effort by the true freshman out of North Shore, Houston. Jenkins going to keep it. You see, that's a wise player staying in bounds. Loss of 1 as time now becomes an issue for Charlotte. Rice kind of just holds on to the ball. They'll be right around their season average of time of possession on the season. Haven't had a winning season at Rice since 2014. A win tonight would move them 1-0 in conference, 3-1 on the season. Penetration was there, got stood up. Charlotte's defense was able to close, and now Charlotte's going to have to use some of their timeouts, which they do. They have all 3 again. They were not docked the timeout for the play that was reviewed. So now they have 2 timeouts remaining here on 3rd and long.
54-51.
And while they got the timeout, let's take a look at this week's college football rankings brought to you by Goodyear. We see Ohio State, Penn State taking a week off. LSU, so are they. They got Southeast Louisiana. Miami and Florida, a good one. Georgia idle going into Alabama week. You got the old Civil War from back in the day with Oregon and Oregon State. Glad they still play that one out of the Pac-12.
Yep. How about Illinois and Indiana?
Can you tell me, you see Indiana's a 6.5-point favorite?
Yeah, I know it. And at home, right?
Is that not perfect for Bielema?
It's unbelievable. Two really good quarterbacks there, too. Luke Altmaier at Illinois and Fernando Mendoza at Indiana.
And how about Texas A&M last week on the final play of the game? Marcel Reed hits the tight end. Berkshire with anyway, Marcel Reed hits the tight end. He's going to try to pull that name. And he's done a great job, by the way. He wanted to prove to people he could improve on the passing game.
And he has.
They're 10th in the country. Big play here in this one. 3rd and 12. Jenkins looked like he was going to keep it. Floated downfield. Not only incomplete, clock stops. Turnover on downs. Charlotte going to get the ball back. You know, we're only 3 games into our Thursday night package this year together, Lugs, but in the past, things on Thursdays can get weird.
Little spooky.
Things can get weird around here. So does Charlotte have another big play in them? 2-score game, 2 timeouts, 4:46. Kind of a knuckleball punt. And they'll get the ball right around the 25-yard line, a punt of 41. How are you calling ball plays now if you're Charlotte with Loftus, Todd Fitz, the offensive coordinator? How are you going to execute this, Luke, knowing that time's not on your side?
Well, the success has been over the middle of the field if you get the ball out of your hand quickly. Grayson Loftus cannot afford to hold on to the football here. They've had some protection problems, particularly in the second half. Haven't been able to match the numbers up front. But there are weapons on this perimeter for Charlotte. Don't think you can afford to run the ball very often here, but you can throw it, particularly over the middle of the field.
And again, E.J. Mason not really involved tonight. Can they find him here towards the end of the game? That one thrown late to the sideline. And Tim Albin is all over the official again for the defender getting there early. That was Nicholas, covered by Williams. We've seen it a lot tonight.
Yeah,
early, I mean, depends on what side you're on. If you're on Rice, it's bang, bang. Sure. If you're Charlotte, it's early.
It's early. And we've seen this happen multiple times. Obviously, there's some body contact. But again, we're seeing that in slow motion. They're not calling it in slow motion.
But you know what that means? It means they're letting them play. At least
Absolutely.
They're consistent. Not just an overthrow, so a quick 3rd and 10. I'll tell you, if Loftus and Charlotte, if they're on schedule with the play call, it's smooth, it's quick, and it hits. If not, it's kind of
everything becomes discombobulated.
Yeah.
When Grayson Loftus starts patting the football, they're not having a lot of success because they're off timing, out of rhythm.
And again, the rush. And again, a sack. Michael Daly. And at this point, you got to punt it away with that much yardage. That was a loss of 9, 4th and 19.
Michael Daly has really come alive for this defense for Rice tonight off the edge. He has created all kinds of problems. And again, there's Charlotte with a numbers advantage in the offensive line and cannot hold up on a critical down.
Daly didn't play a week ago. Comes back in. He's been a force up front. And Charlotte may have had a glimmer, but they go 3 and out. It's Tyson Thompson fair catches that at the 40-yard line. Week 4 of the college football season. 9 a.m. kick at the Muss. And they've got Texas Tech, Baron Morton, and that offense coming to town.
That's going to be a great one. And you talk about a team in the driver's seat for the Big 12 title. The result of that game is going to play a big role there.
Looked as if Lenora Sellers for South Carolina was trending to play, but how about Prabula in Missouri? No one's really talking about him. Eli Drake was just kind of hanging out.
They just lurk in the weeds, right?
Prabula was the backup.
Yep.
Injury to the starter, and here you have it. And here's another interesting one, too. NC State, we saw them last week, undefeated.
The quarterback a player or what? C.J. Bailey at NC State.
And then we'll see what Tulane can do at Ole Miss. Some interesting news. Well, not news. You can't call it news when Lane Kiffin's given an opinion on John Sumrall being an SEC coach next year. He basically just morphed into Feinbaum.
Yeah.
Basically, Lane Kiffin became Paul Feinbaum and gave a hot take.
Yep.
But I don't know how hot of a take that is.
And listen, I had a game a few years ago where Ole Miss had to go to Tulane and gave Ole Miss all they could handle leading into the fourth quarter.
We had 3 years ago now the Egg Bowl, what ended up being Mike Leach's final game. And that was when Lane Kiffin and the Auburn rumors were going.
Yeah.
Towards the end of the season. I mean, college football in its genesis is silly. This is why we love it. It's a play to the sideline. But is there anything sillier than the coaching season and the rumors and these sleuths on the internet that are tracking private jets?
Well, I mean, just look at the talk down in Gainesville, Florida right now.
No. For a job that's not open. So another third down here as we are approaching the 2-minute timeout. It'll be the final clock stoppage. I would bet from Rice's perspective, Charlotte still the 2 timeouts. They want to get a couple of first downs here and salt this one away as Byers in the backfield. Here's the reverse for the first time tonight. That ball was bobbled and could have been fumbled. Charlotte does a good job getting Samaj Pierre out of bounds, but that could have been a disaster.
That's another true freshman. It's got some quicks, an awful lot like Quentin Jackson, who we've seen tonight, number 10, the running back. Pierre's got some juice, but whew, you're wiping your brow there.
And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout and a fourth down. My guess is that Rice punts it away on 4th and 2, but we'll find out on the other side of the 2-minute timeout. We are back here in the Queen City of Charlotte, 28-17. What a great American sports city. Great food. Had dinner at Beef and Bottle last night.
Oh, yeah.
Ate some red meat. Ate some of the best cookies I've ever had in my life tonight. Kara's Cookies. They were hanging out next door.
Oh, yeah.
I came over, gave us some cookies. You know,
They enticed us.
These road trips. Had a pint at Sycamore Brewing.
Do you have the mountain candy?
No. I don't remember what I had. All I remember is that when you're on the road, you tend to consume some calories. Look at this pump. There's a bomb to the 5. 10. First guy missed 15-20. Just shy of the 25-yard line. Coming up on SportsCenter, we're going to hold off on promoting the flagship show of the network because there's a flag down. It's going to be a hold on Charlotte.
During the return, holdings, return team number 11. 10-yard penalty, first down Charlotte.
Now to SportsCenter. The Indiana Fever, the must-see fourth quarter comeback in Game 3. Bears legend and Football Hall of Famer Devin Hester joining the show. Plus Clayton Kershaw says this will be his last season. Now, Trevor Scales is hosting a program with Shea Cornett, who is not bashful about her Bears fandom. So I can only imagine what this Devin Hester's interview is going to be all about.
Oh, boy.
And she still hasn't paid off the bet we had last year about her beloved Bears being awful. And I said going into the season, sometimes Vegas just gets things laughably wrong. And going into last year's season, the win total for the Bears, I believe, was at 8.5.
Yeah.
Maybe 9.5. I said,
Easy
that is the lockest under of all time.
Yep.
I don't even know if I had to wait that long to win. Loftus, good shot over the middle. Guy makes a man miss. That's Sean Brown, back from injury. Again, 2 timeouts remaining, gain of 19. Crazier things have happened in college football. There's all kinds of movement. It's going to be false start. It'll be a drive stopper. So to pay off the story, so the bet was if Chicago goes over, which we knew they weren't, I had to paint my fingernails like Caleb Williams on SportsCenter. If the Bears didn't go over, which we all knew that they wouldn't, Shea, for an entire week of SportsCenter with me, had to end each show saying that Matt Berry's the smartest person I've ever worked with and the best anchor at ESPN.
So she's reneged.
She's not paid it off. So a drive-killing penalty. Now Loftus in all kind of trouble, and he's going to go down again. A little bit of a body slam there. Ian Wenyu. He's had a nice night. Loss of 7. No timeout used there by Charlotte. 2nd and 22. Sideline, stays in bounds. Had to get out of bounds. The clock's going to keep working. And there Charlotte will use a timeout. That was Tyre Brooks.
Timeout. Charlotte, their second of the half. 30 seconds in length.
Luke's, for me, this is when, look, we all get excited because it's the longest offseason and the shortest regular season. So we're all frothing at the football mouth.
Right.
You get some marquee matchups in week 1. And then it kind of just gets like, week 2, week 3. Now we're getting into conference play. Business is about to pick up in week 4 of the season.
Big time. Nationwide.
And we're going to learn a lot about a lot of teams over the weekend. You see Jenkins still working, taking some snaps on the sidelines. Their upcoming schedule. That might be a 2.5-hour game. Rice and Dave, whoever gets to call that one, you can get on a flight after the game. I mean, that's going to be a quick one. You got Florida Atlantic, UTSA. They had a tough non-conference schedule. I still think Jeff Traylor and the meet, they're going to have something to say about their season. And then UConn was on there as well.
Rice will be changing their perception as each week goes by.
Yeah, as you look at Charlotte's upcoming schedule, not friendly the next couple of weeks with South Florida and Army. Blitz coming. Third down. Loftus. I mean, that's a shot. Javen Nicholas. That was a deep throw. I mean, he threw that from one hash to the other in a gain of 18.
Deep, long throw. Now you got to get up to the line of scrimmage, get moving.
Clock stops again under 2 minutes and you get out of bounds. Still need 2 scores in under a minute. Gonna try to get out of bounds and can't. Cameron Smith, gain of 4.
They got to get up to the line here and get this ball snapped.
Loftus checking down. Miles Burris, 18 yards. Can't take too many more of those.
No.
You're going to start to have to taking shots at the end zone. Get a lot of work to do in 23 seconds.
Yeah, you can't hold on to the ball very long here if you're Grayson Loftus.
Threw that right before the receiver came out of his break, intended for Brooks. $19 seconds left. I think the Scott Abel conversation lived up to its billing. I'm really excited to see what he can do with this program because I really like this offense.
Oh, they create a lot of problems.
And Loftus again running away from pressure that he's seen all night. And conversely, I think Tim Albin's going to get this thing going. He won 10 games, 3 straight years in Ohio. This is a good recruiting area. There's money in the system. I think Charlotte, again, they've been around for 13 years.
Yeah, they're in the infant stages of the program. And listen, Tim Albin is a program builder. He knows exactly what it is he wants to do. He's got a blueprint to do it. And Scott Abel, because of what they do offensively and who they are from an identity standpoint, is the perfect fit for Rice.
Yeah, I would tell you both of these programs nailed their hires. That's going to be another first down. Nicholas catches it. Clock still ticking, 5 seconds left. Charlotte's going to play this one all the way down to zeros. And this will be the final play of the game. Penalty. Loftus. Incomplete. And that will do it.
Holding. Offense, number 50. That penalty is declined. The game is over.
So Rice gets the win, 28-17. They move to 3-1 on the season, 1-0 in league play.
And now they're going to start gaining confidence, Matt. They're going to start all of a sudden believing, and then everybody they play knows they're in for a dogfight each week.
Conference play is here as week 4 of the college football season is officially kicked off. Harry Lyles down to the sideline. Tom Luganville, Matt Berry up here in the booth. Rice gets the win. Now to SportsCenter. Trevor, Shay, it's all yours.